Hi, third grade. This lesson is on MIU 2, Unit 1 lessons 3.5 and 3.6. Let's talk about what we're learning. We are identifying and learning multiplication facts not yet known. We're using known multiplication facts to determine the product of more difficult facts. And we're going to be finding the product represented by an array by breaking it into its parts. So let's use a fact we know to find an unknown fact. Let's say I want to find the area of 4 times 9. How could I use another fact to help me? Well, I know 4 times 5. So let's use 4 times 5 to help. Notice that I have 1, 2, oops, too far. Oh, let me get my pointer, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 going down. I have 4 squares in this column, and that means I have 4 rows going across. 4 rows. So 4 times 5. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 4 by 5 rectangle. Now I know that I can count by 5s 4 times and find the area. 5, 10, 15, 20. So the area of this rectangle is 20. Now I know 4 times 5 is 20, and now I need to find the area of this side. This is a 4 by 4 rectangle. So this is 4 in a column, 4 rows. So if I count by 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16. I know there are 16 here. Now my next step is to add them. So I know I've got 4 times 5 equals 20. That was my first rectangle. And 4 times 4 equals 16. That was my second rectangle. And I know to find 4 times 9 because 9, if I break that apart into its parts, so I can say 5 plus 4 equals 9. So therefore 4 times 9 equals 36. So if I add 20 and 16, that equals 36. I could say 4 times 9 is 36. So I used 2 smaller rectangles that were maybe easier for me to calculate to find a larger rectangle. And you can do this too. So use what you know when you're finding the area of a rectangle. So array cards, we want you to be practicing with your array cards. There is the factors game, and your teachers may have given that to you. But if you have your array cards, we want you to make sure you know all of them so you can play the game. I know this one and I don't know that one. So you flip them over. If you can tell, if you know the answer, the product right away, you don't need to keep working on that. So you want to find one that you do need to keep practicing. So facts you know and facts you're working on. Now in Savas, we're in the math lesson. We have a link to the draw pad here where we're going to be making some multiplication cards. And your teachers may have you do this in class. If you're making cards, it looks like this over here. If you're doing them digitally, it might be this one over here. So 5 times 6 and 6 times 5, remember those are our turnaround facts. I'm going to start with 5 times 5 over here because I know 5 times 5 is 25. And this is 6 5s. So all I need to do is add one more 5. So 6 times 5 is 30 because 25 plus 5 is 30. Now on the back, I might write my answer if I had cards. Now we've been working with multiplication facts of 1 through 10. And I'm wondering what you're thinking about multiplying by 1 and multiplying by 0. What's the product for 1 times 4 or 4 times 1? If I have 4 popsicle sticks and I just have one group of them, I still just have 4 popsicle sticks. So 1 times 4 or 4 times 1 is still 4. Now what's the product for 0 times 4? Well, if I have 0 groups of popsicle sticks, it doesn't matter what number I multiply by 0. I'm still going to have 0. So 0 times 4 and 4 times 0 are always going to be 0. So 0 and 1s are very interesting numbers in mathematics, and they can sometimes be difficult to think about. Is it easy or hard to think about multiplying by 1 and by 0? Maybe you should think about that and talk about it with your parent at home. Practice pages. This is page 38 or 39, I believe, in your math book. So finding the area of each rectangle. And you may be doing these with your teacher, or they may have you practicing these at home. Again, here's some more practice. If we have butterflies and each butterfly has 6 spots and there are 5 of them, how many spots are there? So again, multiplication, thinking of number of spots and number of groups, and finding the product. Again, multiplication practice. If you have cards at home, it's really important to keep practicing until you know them all like that, like a snap. All right, well, thanks for watching. Bye.